Hi everyone, I'm going to talk about a patient story with Kenneth Schwartz, who died of lung cancer and founded the Kenneth B. Schwartz Center at Massachusetts General Hospital, being dedicated to strengthening the relationship between patients and caregivers. He was absolutely amazing. So going into this patient story, we learned about simple gestures from healthcare providers that were meaningful to Kenneth Schwartz during his illness, and he battled lung cancer, looks like for a year. He loved how his caregivers were able to make him feel less lonely. He stated that they empathized with him in a way that gave him hope and made him feel like a human being. He mentioned staff holding his hand when he was afraid, going through the procedures, having a reassuring word, a gentle touch, the squeeze of his hand. Ken appreciated the time that caregivers would spend with him. It was very important to him to be able to discuss similarities with each other's lives, such as the sandwich shop that they both shared. A caregiver would peek in on him and say hello. Providing comfort was so important through his life-altering event. Ken shared the moment of calm, a caregiver wishing him luck, a pause in the frenetic pace that he called it of the hospital. Sharing hope with the patient was uplifting. He mentioned caregivers being energetic, a simple hug, and sharing hope and adding him to their prayer list. These were all simple gestures that meant the world to this dying man that was full of hope and then devastated to find out that his illness was terminal. Barriers to giving compassionate care. The main barrier is the limited time that we have with patients. The busyness of the profession to make a profit makes it a real challenge to be able to spend this quality time that we would like with our patients. It was mentioned to not get emotionally attached with the patients in the article. However, there needs to be empathy and compassion. And yes, we do need to remain strong and focused. However, we are not robots, we are human beings. We need to remember that these are patients with their families and loved ones, and their lives are in our hands. So the mission of this Schwartz Center for Compassionate Healthcare is their mission is to put compassion at the heart of the healthcare through programs, education, and advocacy. And through their innovative programs, education, and advocacy, the Schwartz Center is working to support caregivers, healthcare leaders, and others and bring compassion to every healthcare experience. They mentioned on their website that in today's fast-paced healthcare environment, crowded with competing priorities, the human connection is too easily overlooked, leaving caregivers burned out and patients and families fearful and suffering. So their vision is a world where all who seek and provide healthcare experience have compassion. And some examples that I've shared with my patients, like when I worked in assisted living, I had many opportunities to show compassion to families and the seniors that live there. Bringing my dogs for pet therapy was an amazing way to connect with my residents and patients. I remember a few residents, specifically on hospice care, that escaped their pain while they enjoyed my dog on their bed. I love to see their joy. Listening is important in making them feel valuable, as many feel like a burden to their family, especially if they needed assistance with their care needs. Being able to practice therapeutic communication with our patients is key. This takes time with them. Staying present with them and then sharing their concerns is important by listening and validating. So by actively listening to them and being present, as I mentioned, validating their needs and feelings, we can empower them to get beyond their suffering. Thank you.